The next three lessons I'm going to deal with transposing chords, the major scale, and forming chords from the major scale. There's some theory involved in this, particularly in the major scale and the forming chords from it. But for this lesson, we're going to concentrate on transposing chords. Transposing chords is moving chords from one key to another. So if you see something in C major, and you want to change it and play it in D major because it's too low to sing or it just sounds better, I'll show you how to do it. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about a lot of theory in this. I'm just going to give you the chords in the different keys. But the main thing to take from this is that to think of the chords as numbers, because then it's the same system no matter what key you are in. So let's start off with C major. Now, C major has no accidentals, that's sharps and flats in it. So it's got 7 notes, as do all major scales. And the 7 notes you can think of as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the number 1 would be the root, which in the case of C would be C. And the names of the notes in the scale C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C again. So instead of those letters, you can think of it as numbers. So C, as we said, is 1. That's a major chord. 2 is D, but it's a minor, D minor. 3 is E, E minor. 4 is F, a major. 5 is G, also a major. 6 is A minor, and 7 is a special case. Now, 7 is what's called a diminished chord, and in this case of C major, it would be B diminished. Now, we won't worry about diminished chords at the moment because they are a special case and a little different. So keep it nice and easy for beginners and free of theory or too much theory, or just say that they're there, but we won't tell you how to play them. So you can see now that all the chords in C. So moving on to the next key, there are 12 different keys. I'm not going to do all 12, I'm just going to do 6 that mostly use open chords to help you out. So the next one is going to be G. So remember, G now becomes 1. And I'm going to tell you what all the notes are in G major. So we've got G is 1, A is 2, a minor. Remember, the 2 and 3 are minor chords. So 3 would be B minor, 4 would be C, 5 D, 6 would be E minor, the 7 would be an F sharp diminished, which remember we're not bothering with the diminished chords at the moment, and then you're back to G again. That's G major. Moving on to D major. So now D becomes 1. 2 is E, E minor of course. 3 is F sharp minor. 4 is G. 5 is A. 6 is B minor. 7 would be C sharp diminished. Again, we're not worrying about the diminished. And then you're back to D again. Moving on to A major. So now A becomes 1. 2 is B minor. 3 is C sharp minor. 4 is D. 5 is E. 6 is F sharp minor. And then 7 would be a G sharp diminished. And back to A again. Next key is E. E is 1. F sharp minor is 2. G sharp minor is 3. A is 4. B is 5. C sharp minor is 6. And then we would have a D sharp diminished. And then back to E again. So that's 5 keys. Those are all major, what are called major keys, because they've got major sharp keys. And now we're going to do one in a flat key, which is the first flat key is F. So F now becomes 1. 2 would be G minor. 3 would be A minor. 4 would be B flat. 5 would be C, 6 would be D minor, and 7 would be E diminished, and then back to F again. So there we go. For most people, the most important chords would be the 1, 4, and 5. So in C, we're looking at C, F, G, C. Occasionally, you're going to be using the 6th a bit. So in C, you'll be going to C. The 6th is A minor, then maybe 4, 5, 1. So instead of thinking of what the chord names are, you can think in just numbers. In fact, this is the basis of what's called the Nashville number system. So instead of writing the actual names of the chords out, they just give you the relative numbers and a key. So in C, you're going 1, 6, 4, 5. 1, 6, 4, 5. So there we go. That's transposing into some of the basic keys. Next time, I'm going to show you how to actually form a major scale, which is very, very useful. I'll see you then.